Undercover Tales of World War II. A spawn target, the Palomino Canada. The snow has covered the Manhattan blanket, which they were trying to develop a huge bomb, an atomic bomb. They're trying to beat the Germans to it. Wilhelm Goering is a spy for the Germans. He also works at the Manhattan Project. In New Germany, he meets a German American bound ground Central Palace in Yorkshire. A section of broad buries loud voices of men like Goering, a leader of a 15,000 men, and Goebbels, the U.S. version of Adolf Hitler, storm troops. After the meeting, the rough Newey Goering has 10 men gathered to a corner at Tyson Hall with a few beers. Listening to the tales of Uncle Funny saw an officer bundled to junkie Neil Riordan, a New York City suburb, born in Links the Rhine and U.S. comrades because he had to come out in the United States from an early age. Re-enlisting in the U.S. Army and stationed in Palomino, Canada zone. Not to be undone by William Goering and his pals, Uncle begins to bragging his own military experience. He related to how he will help fortify the Poland zone and also set complete plans to his home. A group of U.S. Nazi gives Hail Hitler sign of the suburb in U.S. cities. Goering's ears picked up a chance to strike the bow for fatherland and the canal, who he knew the United States is most critical and vulnerable of. This seaway, the United States, is completely in 1914, queued across the Panamanian Central America to the 1 mile linking the city. Panama and its special violento to the U.S. forces in the evening of war. Got the transports and warships to Europe. Britain is sending more ships, more men, more power to France for an upcoming invasion. They predicted it, but they didn't know what was the Germans' tricks. On March 1939, Hitler launched his Third Army into Poland, and France and UK declared war on Germany. The US was not surprised, but they wanted to stay neutral. Uncle said, "You lying son of a bitch," because the FBI promised they would join the war if Germany attacks. Gathering was the troops was another thing, but the FBI men was on to them. The next 10 days, they immediately fled to northern Germany to hide from the FBI. The FBI knows where they live. The FBI requested a bombing campaign on a German city just to kill that guy, but the British refused. They don't want to hit the enemy, or they'll retaliate. 1 month fled. However, the FBI had intercepted a letter from Berlin, writing to his friend Alma Himmler, who lived in the Manhattan. For a girlfriend, welcome the hero to Berlin. Heil Hitler, it says. Meanwhile, 2,000 miles south of New York City, a network of immense German spies are trying to steal from the Pacific coast. They're trying to steal the code that was codenamed Project 14, which was an atomic bomb. When Hitler and Stalin finally defeated Poland, the Allies did nothing. Chamberlain still trying to look for peace, but no avail. Then, on 1940, the Germans hit the French and British Expeditionary Force line with the 3rd Army, the 6th Army, the 8th Panzer Brigade, the 9th Infantry, the 8th Army, and also almost the whole Luftwaffe, the Air Force. The Allies were severely pushed back to Dunkirk. The best army now trapped. They will be squeezed out, completely wiping out the French, and the British make a narrow escape. When the best French army was destroyed, the German breezed through France. What Germany couldn't done in World War I, Hitler had done. Just like that, France is defeated. Uncle Sam was shot. The U.S. immediately called and immediately sent in supplies to UK so they can continue to fight the war.